Over 4,000 books were either banned or challenged in US schools last year, and many of them definitely challenge real-world issues. But instead of being discussed, they're being removed. So I have 8 banned books that powerful people do not want you to read. First up, All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This is a memoir told through essays about being Black and queer in America. It dives into identity, family trauma, and what it really means to come into yourself in the world that is pitted against you. And the reason it's banned, it includes honest discussions about sex, consent, and assault, topics that make people uncomfortable. But that is exactly why this book matters. We can't protect people by hiding reality from them. This book gives voice to experiences that are often ignored. And for some readers, it'll be the first time that they feel seen. Next is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. This story follows along a young Black girl that truly believes if she had blue eyes, life would be better. She would be loved, accepted, and beautiful. So let that sink in for a second. This book explores internalized racism and trauma and how deeply harmful beauty standards can be. It's often banned because of its heavy and disturbing content, including abuse. But here's the truth. This book doesn't create trauma, it exposes it. And that's why it's one of the most important books ever written. Now we have Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. This is a dystopian novel where people are controlled not through fear, but through pleasure, distraction, and comfort. And I fear that this book sounds very familiar to what we're living in today. It's been challenged for its sexual content and anti-religious ideas. But what makes this book so powerful is about how relevant it still feels. And it forces you to ask this question: are we choosing comfort over freedom without even realizing it? Another very popular book is none other than A Clockwork Orange. This book follows a violent teenager who undergoes a psychological condition to remove the ability to be violent. But here is what the real question of the book asks. If you take away someone's ability to choose for themselves, are they even still human? And is infamously banned for its graphic violence. But the deeper message about this book is truly about free will and whether forced goodness is even real goodness at all. Next up is Crank by Ellen Hopkins. This is a novel written in verse about a teenage girl spiraling from her addiction. It's raw, chaotic, and honestly at times it was hard to read. And of course it's banned because of the drug use and explicit content. Let's be real, we see this type of stuff on social media every day, so that makes you question whether social media should also be banned. And let's be real, ignoring someone's addiction does not make it go away. It can't just magically disappear. This book shows the reality of addiction and it is not sugar-coated. And you never know, this book might be able to help somebody. Book number 6 is Genderqueer by Maya Kobe. This is a graphic memoir about navigating identity and what it truly means to exist outside of traditional labels. And this is one of the most banned books in the US right now. Why, you ask? Because it includes LGBTQ+ identity and some explicit content. But here's the thing, understanding someone else's identity does not harm you in any way, shape, or form. Arrogance and ignorance does. So this book helps create understanding in ways that's deeply personal and accessible to everyone. Moving right along to The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. Unfortunately, this book follows along the story of a girl who witnesses her friend getting shot by the police even though she was unarmed, and the aftermath after that. It deals with racism, activism, and finding your own voice. And plain and simple, just standing up for what is right. It is banned for language and political content. But this isn't just a story because this happens more often than not in the United States. And unfortunately, a lot of people and families have to deal with true stories just like this one. And reading it helps you understand perspectives you may never get to experience yourself. Before we get to book number 8, make sure you drop every single banned book that you know to mind in the comments down below. I would love to read as many banned books as I can this year. The last book on this list is Flamer by Mike Corrado. This is a graphic novel that takes place at a summer camp and follows a boy who is dealing with bullying, self-identity, and self-acceptance. It's been banned for its LGBTQ+ themes and discussing mental health, which, by the way, mental health in boys and men is ravenous in this world right now. So if you are somebody that is dealing with mental health, whether you are a man or woman, boy or girl, make sure to reach out to somebody and talk to someone. But to be honest, this book captures what it feels like to be a teenager better than most. It's vulnerable, uncontrollable, and most importantly, it's real. And that is exactly what matters. When you look at this list, you can't help but to notice that a pattern is starting to form. These books are banned because they talk about identity, race, sexuality, trauma, and the truth. And instead of questioning why these books exist, maybe we should ask the question why people are so afraid to read them. Because at the end of the day, books are not dangerous. They're powerful and they're honest. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to go ahead and click this one, watch, enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.